July the 8th, 2021. Guys, you're looking at satellite images over the eastern U.S., and you still see a very well-defined tropical storm Elsa there. It's only 45 miles an hour, but it's throwing up tornado warnings in North Carolina, and it's expected to bring some of this trouble all the way up the East Coast and then emerge back out, strengthen, and skirt part of the East Coast as maybe 5 or 10 mile per hour stronger storm, maybe up to 55 miles an hour. You got your rip currents going on. You can very clearly see the center of circulation on land. Now, coming across Florida, those are some of the taller clouds. Those are thunderstorms, and the ones that are right in front of that moving out into the Atlantic, and the ones that are the very top of the circulation up into this area, that's where your stronger storms are. But again, you were getting tornado warnings out. You got small craft warnings out. You got tropical storm warnings out. So you kind of got all the things that you need to pay really close attention to, because just a tornado, guys, can devastate your life, your house, your home, your family, in just a matter of moments. They happen very quickly. And in these storms, they seem to move quicker than just like in an average thunderstorm where you have these long trails of tornadoes. But right now, let's take a look at where the warning is. Now, at the National Weather Center, the tornado warning here, which is they're going up and coming down very quickly because of the speed. But this one was North Carolina, and they're already starting to take down that information and be prepared as it moves forward through the day. We're at the heat of the day now. It's 12:09 p.m. Central, but you've got flash flood warnings, tropical storm warnings up and down the coast. And again, it's going to affect the Northeast, places like New York City, Washington, D.C. You've got excessive heat watches over on the West Coast, excessive heat warnings, red flag warnings, heat advisories, the entire gamut of what the problems you can have. On the East Coast, guys, the entire East Coast from Georgia up is under small craft advisories, special marine warnings, gale watches. So this storm has come from a long way off the coast of Africa, up through the Caribbean, up into the Gulf. Now it's headed out into the Atlantic, and it's not through again with your flooding, possible tornadoes, rip current, small craft advisories. And again, the flooding in the low-lying areas, pay attention to that. This is the latest on the storm from the National Hurricane Center at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can see the track right up the East Coast. It's going to come back offshore, strengthen again, maybe 10, 15 miles an hour. We don't know yet. We'll keep an eye on it. That will be when it will be pulling the most flooding rain into some of the lower lying areas. If you've been to D.C., New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we'll see how this thing goes as it skirts up the East Coast, but it will re-strengthen, and it's a pretty straight line from there right back into the North Atlantic. Now, this particular map from Fox Sky Tower gives basically the same information, but it adds the speed at the times that it's talking about. Thursday at 8 p.m., that's this evening, still on shore at 45 miles an hour. But by the time it reaches a little further north, right here, you can see in this stretch over parts of the Atlantic, 50-mile-an-hour winds, and continuing that 50-mile-per-hour winds as it goes up towards St. John's, Nova Scotia, that entire area. But moving at northeast at 20 miles an hour should get it on out of here pretty quick. Pressure is 1006 millibars. So that's risen some. It's not going to be a major storm, but the tornadoes and the rip currents can be deadly. Just wanted to put this up, let you know what's going on with it, guys. You watch it. We're watching it. It's a heads up. Be safe.